that I'm not a fan of.
Like?
I'm the star of the show.
I am.
Be here for me.
You are.
Wait, time out. Wait.
What am I
Ashley.
tripping off of?
No, you're not tripping.
Okay, so I'm the star of the show, and he here for me. That's not even my energy, and you know that.
I know it's not, but you're not hearing what people are saying.
I am.
It was the tone.
Ooh, baby. It's going to be a nice and short one, guys. Attitude adjustment needed from Ashley. Now, you guys might have watched a last live that I did maybe a few weeks ago when I said about Ashley's overcorrecting, which is leading to her overdoing the action. So she wants to correct the past mistakes, but she's overcorrecting. And when she overcorrects, now it leads her to a place where she becomes disrespectful. Now that clip that it shows there, he says the thing that I don't like about Ashley is her attitude, right? She goes on to say, basically, I'm the star of the show. She says, I am. He says, you're here for me. You are. And then 2 minutes later, a second later, she's like, you know that's not me. And now begging for... So clearly what happened was there was a conversation that probably happened between Tamika, Egypt, between them and Ashley, and maybe they tried to correct her, and now she's now saying, but that wasn't me. No, we do know because you just said it. You literally just said that it is you. You literally just said that, no, that's you, babe. You literally just said that. Right? And I've said this because I think that Ashley wants to correct the mistakes of the past. She's seen how she messed up when it came to, with her and is it the trucker dude? And I thought his name, his apologies, gone out of my head. And so what she wants to do is make sure she doesn't make the same mistake again. But she's gone too far. And many of us are in this position when it comes to relationships. We go too far. And because we're learning how to bring balance to our life, like learning the power of no, and then you start saying no to everything. You don't have to say no to everything, but you've got to learn the balance. And that takes a bit of time. So that's why I'm giving Ashley a bit of grace. She's learning how to take her power back. But in doing so, don't disempower others. You don't need to disempower other people. I mean, not everyone, right? There's some people that need to be disempowered. People that are disrespectful, people that are going to be nasty to you. But the reality is, most people don't need to be disempowered by what you're doing. You know what I mean? Because in reality, all you got to let the person know is, hey, look, in this situation with Don and her, is that, hey, look, you are here. I know you are here for me, and I know the show is centered around the girls, but this is what I'm looking for. It's reciprocity. This is what I'm looking for from a partner. I'm looking for X, Y, and Z. Instead, she turned it into a moment about herself, and this is not the first time she's done that, right? And she's hard of hearing, and it's not the first time she's done the hard of hearing aspect, because Ashley's gonna do what Ashley's gonna do. She told us that on the live with Crystal that she gonna do what she won't do. If she want to compliment a man, she go and compliment a man, and nothing you can say or do is going to change that. Well, you're absolutely right. Nothing we say or do will change that because you don't want to listen and you're hard of hearing. Now, she heard from Zadia, but clearly not because the interview was after this. The reunion had been shot. So Ashley needs an attitude adjustment, and the reality of the reason being is because she's still hurting from the past relationships and hasn't fully healed in finding balance. We're going to talk a little bit more about that in the next few minutes. We're only going to be here for just under 10 minutes, so we won't be here for too long. But make sure if you're new here, like, share, subscribe, click on the bell button for notification of uploads. We appreciate you guys. Stay locked and stay loaded. And for those of you returnees, we know what it is, baby. You got the minerals. You got the minerals. Stay hydrated because streets out there are hot, okay? And don't forget as well, we got a membership as well. Join it. It's £1, $1. We love the fact that our numbers keep on growing. It just means that we get to have membership-only lives, have some real conversations, have some fun nights as well. Okay, let's get into this conversation. Attitude adjustment needed by Ashley. And look, this clip here is powerful. Watch this.
Everything was, I'm in control here. You're doing what I say. You're here because of me.
Notice how he wanted to now highlight, to her that, listen, how I interpret it is that now you're saying that everything's about me and now you're in control. And one thing men don't like is feeling like they're disempowered and like they're not in control of their own situation. And Ashley has done that in the same situation, because really and truly, who she really wanted was Kirsten. That's why she never tried that issue of Kirsten. She never tried the "you're here for me" with Kirsten. What she did try to do was, you need to make a choice between myself and Zadia, but didn't make it, you know what I mean? So she meant she had a different way of dealing with Kirsten than she did have dealing with Don, right? The disrespect for Don is because she doesn't consider Don the same competitor as she does Kirsten. There's less things about Don to respect, and I'll tell you why. I'm going to do that in part 2, but the reason why she doesn't respect him as much is because he double speaks. Or should I say, no, let me say this. He's double-minded in the sense of he doesn't know how to be sure about his opinion. right? Like we saw a clip where he speaks to the host, and they say it's between a rock and a hard place, right? And they say, who's a rock, who's a hard place? And he said, he says, obviously Ashley's a rock. And he said, oh, is that you mean your friend is a hard place? I'm not saying that. Mean what you say, bruh, because you'll end up in abusive relationships for it. But we'll talk about that on this part 2. This attitude adjustment that Ashley needs really is about the fact that she's overly concerned of herself and protecting herself, that she's done too much of a good job now. Now you're going overboard. And this is what happens when you try to protect your heart and guard it, but you go too far. What happens is you miss the nuances and the gray areas. And you understand nuance and gray areas when you're balanced, right? That's what healing means, finding balance, being able to balance well and not be too heavy loaded on one side. Do you get what I'm saying to you? Yeah?
I'm getting interjection. I can't finish. Like,
Keep going.
now minutes later, and I'm just not able to speak again. So, again, I'm hearing things I don't like coming from Ashley. Lakeisha, my friend, is defending me. So I am quiet because if I...
Now, what's really interesting is body language. Look where Ashley is. She's got her whole back to him and crooking her neck to him. Like, you know, she at least has some level of respect. She's going to talk to him that way. She's not going to talk to the host. But she's crooking her neck to talk to him. She don't even want to hear. Look where her body is facing. Her leg is hanging over, facing the complete opposite way. But look at his body. He's turned his body. He's actually got an angle going on to give himself the best chance of conversation. Now, of course, maybe the ladies might have thought to themselves, don't want to be rude to the host. I'm not going to turn my back to them. But reality of the situation is her body's not even open. It's closed because she's turned away and has a shoulder towards him, right? And that's where she finds herself. It's talk to my back, basically, right? And that is a big indication about how the person feels about you too, right?
responding to Ashley, I'm now double teaming Ashley, and I don't want to do that. So I just sat still.
Is that the moment things changed for you?
Yes.
And again, Ashley goes to speak for him. Like, let him finish his sentences. But notice because Don is taking his time, Ashley fills in the pauses. Stop doing that. Ladies, if you're watching this, stop filling in the pauses of men. Let them finish. She was going to answer it anyway, but she wanted to fill in the pause. Yes, it happened. And when you fill in the pauses too much, you start anticipating and assuming things, and you jump well ahead, and then that causes issues between you and the person. You see what I'm saying to you? You don't want to be in that space, right? You don't want to be in that space. You want to allow for the conversation to flow. You want to allow for the conversation to go. You want to allow for the person to be able to answer. Let them stand on their own 2 feet. Let them have their own word. Ashley didn't want to let him do that. And it ends up becoming a form of control. And passively, aggressively doing it, right? But she's right. Yes, that's where things changed for him. He finally saw some light. Whether he saw all the light, I don't know. Actually, I don't know. We know.
For both of us.
Yes.
But at the end, we really thought maybe they're going to keep going. Do you see anything in the future? Or is it time for both of you to say, we're friends, let's keep it popping that way and move on? Well, it's time for us to say we're friends because that's what we are. Friends.
Now, interesting enough, he's got his leg up on the sofa. He's a bit too comfortable for me. I can't lie. He's way too comfortable for me. But, you know, they are friends now, right? And I think that's really interesting, right? I want to even go back to something about how the energy between the two of them, you know, what Ashley feels. She does the exact same thing that Vern does. And that's why I said that she doesn't like him, because people are contemptible. People are feeling contemptible because they don't like the person they're actually with. And you know what? That's why we're getting results the way we are in this situation. Watch the way she rolls her eyes.
What I say.
I
You're
didn't
here
say
because
that.
of me. I'm getting interjection. I can't finish. Like,
Keep going.
now minutes later, I'm just...
A lot of this is contemptible energy. They don't like the person. She doesn't like Don. Now, she may scream from the rooftops, talk about how she does. I'm like, yeah, but the behavior's telling me you don't like Don. It's telling me everything I need to know, right? So Ashley has overcorrected, and many people do when they need healing and when they are trying to change their past narrative, that they're trying to recorrect and recorrect the course that they were on previously. They're not trying to make the same mistakes. That's what it is with Ashley and Don. Ashley needs to leave Don alone. Don needs to leave Ashley alone. And they need to go about their business. Appreciate you guys. We'll see you again soon.